that beautiful rainbow there. Just coming up over here. View out to the mountains in the morning. Beautiful. Oh, good morning, guys. Today we have some pretty good news. Well, at least we think it's good news. The president signed a decree just recently saying that in support of people from countries who are countries that have neoliberal policies in their agenda, I guess, that it's becoming increasingly difficult to raise your family and traditional values. So it's people who they consider align closer with Russia. So have Russian traditional values, you know, that family is important, faith's important, all those kind of things. So there's been a big buzz about, you know, this news, what it could mean, all that kind of thing. So we just thought we would kind of clarify a little bit, maybe, what we can expect, what it actually means and all that kind of thing. So they still have a month to work out what the list of countries is that this applies to. So within a month's time, we should see a list of those countries coming out and how it will work in practice. As far as we can tell, so we sent a message to a lawyer that we use to try and get some clarification out of, you know, them as to what it could mean. They said, so we sent a message to a lawyer that we use to try and get some clarification out of, you know, them as to what it could mean. They said basically, look, we'll have to wait and see what the list looks like. But essentially what will happen is, one of the things that you had to do coming over, if you weren't like a highly qualified specialist, you would have to apply for a quota. This is for people who don't have Russian relatives, obviously.
Yes.
You'd have to apply for a quota, and then if you get on the quota, then you could then apply for temporary residency. But meanwhile, you'd either have to be a student, or you'd have, like, for some countries, it was quite difficult to be in the country long enough to even apply. And then you would apply for the quota, and then straight away, like, to apply for temporary residency, you would have to pass a language test. Yeah. So this new decree means that you won't have to know the language to apply for temporary residency. We still have to find out. I imagine within the 3-year period
that you have on temporary residency,
you'll have to learn the language, and then you will apply for permanent residency, but you will need to pass the language test for that. So this isn't you don't have to learn Russian at all. This is there's a way for you to come into the country and learn the language at a reasonable pace.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's for people who, you know, wake up one day and go, man, we should move to Russia, but we can't learn. We want to get out of the country quick or whatever, but we don't have the time to learn the language before we get there, and we need to be able to have some kind of guarantee that we're going to be able to live there, that we're going to be able to actually start a family, we're going to be able to start. What you'll get is basically a 3-month private visa. So you'll have to apply beforehand to get a 3-month private visa, and then once you get here without the quota, you can put all your you can submit for temporary residency. Yeah. You won't need the language test or the knowledge of Russian law and all that kind of thing to do this.
Law, history, all those things.
But as of yet, we don't know what the official way is to do that. That will come out in the next month on how you do that. Having said that, we would still recommend you get legal help, because for starters, nothing is actually put in English at the moment. I mean, that might change, but I wouldn't expect it. So you're going to be doing everything either with the translator or something. So hiring a lawyer to get your application process in would be a good idea. We've got a link to a lawyer that we've partnered with. Great guys over there at Braden Consulting. We'll leave a link down in the description. We also post on our Telegram just different posts that we think are helpful from their Telegram channel. And so you might want to check us out on Telegram for that. What else did I want to say?
This doesn't mean you don't learn the Russian language.
Yes, definitely.
You must learn the Russian language.
Start learning the Russian language now. Obviously, learning the alphabet is a small step. Then you can start to read and pronounce words. That's a start. Try and find some Russian music that you like, that you're just immersing yourself in it, just subconsciously, even getting a feel for how the language sounds, all that kind of thing. That's a good thing to do. But yeah, this is really, really big news. It really helps people to be able to get a sense of well,
they've got some security.
Security moving here. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to do it yourself. You can obviously do it yourself without legal help.
That's what we
But
did,
it's
but
very
it's the hard way.
difficult. It's the hard way to do it. It's a lot more streamlined to get somebody else telling you what exactly you need before you go there to migration, and they submit it. They help you through the whole process. It makes the whole thing much smoother, much less stressful. Yeah, I mean, we didn't film a lot inside the migration centers, but it's hectic.
Yeah.
You're not the only migrant coming to Russia, and
Yeah.
there is a lot of people from non-English speaking countries that make up the majority of it, and they can be pushy and rude.
And you're working with staff that have been dealing with that all day, so they're not always fresh as a daisy for you.
Yeah. And then when you get to the front desk and you've made a mistake or something, and they bark at you in Russian to fix it, and they show you and tell you everything in Russian, how you can fix it, and you're sitting there blinking your eyelids going, say that again, you know? Yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a lawyer to do that. There's lots of them available. Obviously, different channels recommend different people. I guess that's up to you who you choose. We just obviously have the one that we're affiliated with, and for the first service, you get 10% off if you use the link below. So yeah, there's an incentive to use that. But apart from that, you know, guys, this is great news. If you want to move over to Russia, it's getting simpler, which is really good. And we look forward to seeing you guys here, and wish you all the best on your journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.